In this introductory lesson, we'll briefly review the reasons for local health departments to get involved in billing, the members of your billing team, and how clinic flow impacts the success of your revenue cycle. Our objectives are to describe why local health departments should learn about billing, list the different roles of your clinic's billing team and how to find out more, and provide an overview of how each individual's billing duties interacts with and can support other billing team members and the overall success of your process. Welcome to the California Billables project training. Our first task is to review the key reasons your health department and clinic staff, like you, need to know about billing. Recently, the federal government changed the 317 funding rules, eliminating the use of 317 publicly funded vaccines for anyone with private insurance. This means that private insurance must now be considered as a funding source for those that have it. By setting up a system to bill insurers, you can increase your clinic's revenue by getting reimbursed for services your clinic provides. Billing private insurance also improves customer service because you won't have to turn away insured patients. You can serve any patient with insurance and bill their insurance company. When your department decides to develop a new billing process, the management team will likely start by identifying and convening billing stakeholders. Stakeholders are members of your department or clinic's billing, clinical, and registration staff. There are several key roles to fill. Sometimes billing personnel may come from another department or program in your health department. If needed, this can help support your own limited staff resources and provide valuable expertise to your team. Gathering stakeholders can help figure out procedures, staffing, and workflow. We've identified 7 roles for staff involved in the billing and revenue cycle. These include the biller, the cashier, the clinician, the contract specialist, the credentialing specialist, the insurance verifier, and the registration staff. Not all of these are full-time positions, but all are important to meeting the tasks your clinic staff will need to implement a billing process. If you know your designated role, please follow the lessons listed under your role. The lessons are designed to help you carry out the specific billing-related tasks you'll need to learn. If you're not yet clear on what role you might fill, after this introductory lesson, take this opportunity to get clarification from your clinic management. Downloadable job aids with descriptions of each of the roles and their related responsibilities are also available to print out to help you and your manager decide. Once your department has identified the staff filling each role, you'll want to have a sense of what happens when within the clinic setting and how to achieve your end goal, which is to get reimbursed for services and collect revenue. The revenue cycle is the process of determining, billing for, and collecting fees for clinic services. It involves many people, chiefly registration staff, clinical staff, and billing staff. To maximize your team's success, everyone should understand the roles of other team members and how one role affects another. Billing staff should feel comfortable going to clinicians to discuss issues with billing and charts. Registration should feel comfortable asking billing for help and resources. Clinicians should be able to go to registration and billing for resources or clarification of processes.
Hi, this is Timmy Granados, Billing Coordinator. Let's look at an example of the impact of teamwork in a clinic setting. At the Anytown Clinic, when registration made an error, the providers interrupted them in front of patients to insist that the error be fixed immediately. The billing team failed to communicate with providers about frequent denials. Instead, they complained among themselves, leaving the problem unresolved. To address their issues, the clinic management started a weekly team meeting where everyone was encouraged to express their opinions on how to improve internal processes. Staff were coached on clinic procedures and professional conduct. As staff began to appreciate the role each played, they improved their teamwork. Registration helped by recording patient information more accurately. Providers encouraged registration staff to come forward with concerns. Billing staff explained how inaccurate patient records can affect claims. These measures improved their process. Everyone was happier, and even the patients noticed.
The sequence of steps that your clinic uses to handle billing is known as the flow. Your clinic flow can have a significant impact on the success of a billing plan. If any part of the clinic flow is interrupted, it can affect revenue coming into your clinic. Let's walk through this flow chart to illustrate the point. In an ideal clinic setting, a patient with insurance would come into our clinic and approach registration, shown on the slide as front desk. They'll fill out forms, sign consents, and present their insurance card. The registration staff makes appropriate copies, verifies coverage, and explains benefits to the patient. Next is the provider encounter. At this stage, the patient receives services which the clinician properly codes and documents. The patient proceeds to the cashier. Here, all fees are collected, if not done so before seeing the doctor. Finally, the billing forms are forwarded to the billing department, who checks for accuracy and translates the information into the appropriate claim format. The billing department keeps track of the claims and follows up on any denials. If necessary, corrections are made and the bill is resubmitted. Finally, full payment is received and the patient account is credited.